Hey, it's Michael Sansolo, and I'm coming to you speaking this week, actually speaking for Sansolo Speaks. And I know sometimes what I write about, it may seem hard to get the business lesson out of things. And today I will admit this one you're going to have to stick with me on because it's a little bit of a public service announcement about health. But there is, I believe, a good business lesson in this. Public service announcement is this. As anyone who knows a man in my age group in their 60s, or if you are a man in my age group in your 60s, older, or even in your 50s, you're going to learn that there's this very important test that they do when you have an annual physical. It's about your prostate, which is a problematic gland inside the body, and they test for something called the prostate-specific antigen, PSA. And this is done on a regular basis. And recently I went for my annual physical, and my prostate, my PSA had increased. And my internist said, you know, you're still in really good shape, but we really have to look into that because, you know, let's not mince words here. It could be an indication of prostate cancer. So he dispatches me to a urologist, just the words that any man wants to hear. And about a week later, I'm sitting in the urologist's office. And as I meet this new doctor, in the first 30 seconds of our appointment, he says something remarkable to me. He says, yeah, sometimes these numbers go up a little. It happens with people who ride bikes a lot. And I said, doctor, I ride a bike virtually every day. During COVID, because I gave up going to my gym to, you know, avoid being around so many people, I have actually tracked that I've ridden my outside bike close to 5,000 miles, and I have a stationary bike in my house. And so one way or another, I am on a bike every day, and a bicycle seat creates the pressure that can put stress on the prostate and can cause this number to rise. So he said, all right, we're going to redo your blood work, but what I want you to do this time is don't ride your bike in advance of the blood work. Take a couple days off, which I did. Go in, redo the test. Doctor calls me and he says, you're back to normal. And, you know, said the words that everybody wants to hear. He's like, if you have cancer, the numbers never go down. Your numbers went down. It's clearly the bike riding. So here we get to the business lesson off that. That was the health PSA part, public service announcement in that case. So I still want to ride my bike and I do not want to create this problem. So I go online and I Google, you know, prostate bike seat review. And if you do this right now, there are nearly 10 million hits you get on that because there are bicycle seats specifically designed for men to help deal with this issue. I now have one, and you'll notice the seat has this gap in it. And as the instructions explain to me, the seat is designed so that you're sitting on it with where you have the glute, where you have muscle and bone, but you're not putting any pressure on the soft tissue that lies between it. And so I think the business lesson is, first of all, there are all kinds of things we don't know until we have to know them. And there are all kinds of markets that need to be served. I had actually heard of these bike seats. I never really thought much about it. But you got to believe I'm going to be using this kind of bike seat from now until whenever I stop riding a bike because it made a real difference for me. So I hope in listening to this, first of all, maybe you got something. If you know a man in their 60s or their 50s or older, and this may be an issue they want to think about. And then also there are markets for all kinds of products, for all kinds of reasons. And we have to always be focused on the reality that we don't know what we don't know. And there may be people who need a product or need a service from us, but until they know they need it, how's it going to sell? How's it going to work? So we may need to educate people. I only wish that my internist, when he got that number, had said, by the way, Michael, do you ride a bike a lot? It would have alleviated a lot of concern, I will tell you that. And by the way, I would have bought the bike seat just as fast. So keep in mind that we don't know what we don't know. And also, please keep in mind, keep an eye on your health. Do whatever you can. Keep yourself healthy. This is Michael Sansolo. I'll probably be coming to you from the written word next week. Nice to see you again.